This is the movie Deep Cover. Ladies and gentlemen, this just in from the water cooler gossip. Sherman Jackson, Esquire, conspired to get his job as a Queen's Assistant District Attorney so he can find out information and free his friend from prison. Ha! If I was only that conscious when I applied, maybe I'd agree. But I wasn't, and my first choice of employment out of law school was actually Manhattan District Attorney's office. I was a summer intern there, and it's considered the top office. I made it to the last round of interviews and at the same time applied to Queens. My first interview in Queens DA's was conducted by a man named Richard Schaefer, who was so impressed with me that he skipped me to the second interview and recommended me straight to the executives. Maybe he recognized an executive when he saw one. "You will be working here if I have something to do with it," he said. I left my umbrella in his office during that interview. Do you know he returned it to me when I was working in homicide investigations there 3 years later? Ask him if it's true. Richard Schaefer? More on the Man of Steel later. So Queens makes an offer in early November, right out the box. Manhattan had not made any offers to anyone yet. He waited a week and rejected me. I was sad. If I had only known then that it was God who was in charge of the conspiracy to put me in Queens. The movie Sleepers, the year 2000, Y2K, it's the end of the world. Oops, I guess not. But I bet you a lot of people made money off some neat gadgets in case the world did come to an end. I did the Marine thing, I passed the bar exam, and now I'm a Queens Assistant District Attorney, the class of 2000, the new age. I like my class. It seems like there's some heart here. So a new group of souls meet with many lessons to learn from each other. If we had only known then the good times, the sad times, and the tragic times that were to follow, maybe half of us would have quit, maybe some of us not. The movie Vanilla Sky. Boy, it's stuffy in here. You need a samurai sword around here to cut the air and breathe. Criminal Court Bureau, the Queens DA's office. Win trials, well, you are nothing, the executive said. You don't get promoted. See your name on my door? You are in last place. You don't deserve a raise. Don't care that you have kids and work for peanuts with student loans. I got a budget to stick to, and I have a mayor to impress with my numbers, so he can like me, and I can have more political friends who like me too. And that might get me reelected, so I can keep my external power, and people will like me, and fear me, and respect me, and I like that too. Justice too, except when the chief's son gets a job with the NYPD. Then I have to make those guys happy and keep them my friends. Even if those police officers murder someone and all of the evidence points that way, I have to forget justice for a moment and think about myself and my son, who's now a cop. All cops always tell the truth, no matter what. They are not human with issues like me, going through divorces like me, have to pay child support like me. They are cops, robocops. Right, Bernard Carrick, our former police commissioner? There are so many outstanding cops and firemen. You know why? Because they are born warriors. They are rescuers who will die to protect innocent people, a special breed of man, and they stick together as well as they should. A platoon with an understanding of kindred spirits, one unit, impregnable, a loyalty. I understand. Except when one of your own takes an innocent life, fucks up bad, and does not take responsibility for his own actions. Then how are you different from the people you go and arrest? Then you must step aside and observe. What is just here? Am I now in a public position to protect and serve the people of my city? Or am I putting my own selfish interests above society? Follow the truth. It shall set you free. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. And take off your social mask and see the world as you did when you were a child. Take a look at the sky. It might be vanilla today. And then ask yourself, what would a righteous man do? What would the master who carried the cross of emotional turmoil of the world on his back, sin, sin, self-inflicted nonsense, falling short of the mark, the bullseye, and then got killed for the truth? What would he have done? And then decide. The answer is in your heart, if you have one. If not, then go ask Dorothy for one. God or the ego, it's your choice. Once again, crossing over. A few months after my mother's death, I was still reeling from pain. My brother had gotten tickets to see John Edwards live. I told my brother that I would go, but that he shouldn't get his hopes up. I thought it would be like his show with about 30 people in the audience, but it wasn't. It was a small stadium with about 1,000. A woman walks up to us and offers us thousands of dollars for our tickets. We respectfully decline. As we sit down, the place is packed. We have decent seats, but I never seem to have that much luck. I tell my brother to calm down. As John starts his introduction, he starts his message and stops to talk to a woman. What does Disney mean to you? She replies, well, my mother always liked Betty Boop. Disney, very specific, now a lighthouse. He walks away from her and looks right at me. He lowers his head and says, whose mother died of cancer here? About 20 people raised their hand, and he had the microphone to a woman 10 rows back. She says, my brother was on the soap opera Guiding Light. Then my brother yells out, I know what the lighthouse means. I look over to him and no signs had come to me. My brother says, my mother's whole room was filled with Disney and Tinkerbell. She bought a home in Maine and loved lighthouses. He tunes in with my brother. She was diagnosed twice. Yes, she was. Someone had a child before she died. Yes, my brother had a boy a few days before her death. She wasn't all there in the hospital, she said. No, she got nervous her last days there because the cancer had gone to her brain. You have a brother. The mic passes to me. What does Our Lady of Lourdes mean to you? It was her patron saint that we put on the back of her funeral card. You have her rosary with you? Yes, I do. She is proud of you and says thank you for honoring the settlement. Does that mean anything? I break down crying. Yes, I settled with my stepfather in dealing with our houses and property. You have another pair of rosary that you placed somewhere, a darker pair. Yes, I said. I placed a brown rosary on her grave a few weeks ago, but I was alone. She says she was right there with you. As he walks away, he spins back and says, wow, everyone's faith here needs to be like that family right over there. My mother had come across strong and clear to him. She was the first one to come through, too. She was always stubborn. I can't think of a greater moment in my life.